Am I audible at the back? Clear, loud, yes. Anybody wants to pick up a cup of tea? This session being IEA Cafe, so be comfortable, pick up a hot drink if you need, get settled. By this time, my team is distributing a one-pager to all of you like this. So we'll in next 1 hour, we'll all become students. We'll learn from each other. Vishnu, put up the template on the main screen. Okay, quickly I'll summarize, and this is co-hosted together with team SYSDIG. So SYSDIG team, Simarpreet, Mark, Harris, the India team are all here, Taradat. So the concept is as follows, very simple but phenomenally powerful, and this is proven, tested in large forums such as this. I've personally driven it multiple times. So we'll discuss through the template a few unsolved business problems, open use cases, and be very specific. Bring it out specific to your industry vertical, specific to your line of business, specific to what's a burning priority in your landscape, without exposing, of course, company secrets. And if anybody needs a pencil to write, there are a bunch of extra pencils here. So just show your hand and my team will help you with a writing instrument. Nikita, if you could quickly help. Few people here need pencils. So, oh sure. And Nikita, once you finish, the people who are seated in the chairs without a table, they all need pencils. There are no pencils on, because they don't have tables at all. So, through this process, the first 10 to 15 minutes, max 10 minutes, I don't think all of you are smart guys, I see many of you have started filling it up already. Just document cursory inputs here so that this comes back eventually, we'll analyze and we'll try to also play this back as an aggregate data back to all of you, right? What are some of the collective trends, sentiments we are all contributing to? And then the most interesting part is after 10 minutes, we'll have a discussion. And then again, like morning, we'll prick maximum of you with your unique idea, your unique open problem, and then we'll sort of move around the room to see if somebody has a similar experience, has a solution to offer to that kind of a problem, and their SYSDIG team is all here to sort of resonate, think this together, see if some of their existing portfolio of solutions, platforms chime in or precisely address an open problem or unsolved business case, use case that you may have. So we have used a slightly larger size of paper just to ensure you have as much real estate to write down. And there are, during the discussion phase, we will recognize through small, again, giveaways, tokens of gratitude, your contribution, your idea. And again, don't be shy, there's nothing right or wrong here. The power of this model is, again, assuming we are 100 people inside the room, if I as a person contribute one idea to the table, I in return get to learn 99 new ideas, right? So that's the power here, and this is truly going to build up hugely as a great set of learning points collectively from all of us together. So, but again, the beauty is if each of us participates selflessly, voluntarily and proactively and bring an idea on the table to deliberate together. And SYSDIG team, maybe some of you standing there, you may want to just disperse and be mixing with each of the rows. So if anybody needs any help to fill the template up, you may want to help them socialize, help people understand. So feel free to reach out to the SYSDIG team members nearest to you to see if you need any help to fill up the template. So I'll shut up now, give you a little 5-minute peace time to fill the template up. Yes, absolutely. So everybody near you, you just look for a black t-shirt with a SYSDIG logo. They are your solution champions nearest to you, and feel free to tap into them if you need any help to fill up the template. So max 5 minutes, we'll pause, fill it up as honestly as possible, as truthfully as possible, and then we start the deliberation mode where we sort of socialize. Any clarifications, questions, feel free to raise your hand, ask me, or the SYSDIG team will be happy to clear any doubts, any thoughts. Please don't forget to write your name, your role, organization, because again, there will be a lucky draw based on all the filled up forms, and there will be giveaways based on that lucky draw. So clarity of expression, writing, communication, a completed, fully completed form, those are some of the criteria basis which will definitely have some recognitions and spot awards. My apologies to those who are sitting on the chair but don't have a table to write. I think it's a little uncomfortable keeping it on your lap and write it down, but make your best effort. If you finish earlier, maybe raise your hand so I know most of you have finished. So then when we are ready to keep it currently with you. We'll collect it in a while because we'll have a deliberation discussion where you may need to refer to some of the points you have written. So once we complete the discussion, we'll collect the templates back. Sorry, Harris. Yeah, we will collect. The forms we'll all collect back, but currently hold it with you individually just in case during the discussion mode you need to refer to some of the points you have already captured here. Anybody missing a blank form? Anybody needs a blank form to fill it up? Please raise your hand. Keep it currently with you because we'll have a discussion, and that's the most powerful part where we share the ideas and sort of resonate among each other. Yes, Sanjeev ji, you need a blank form? Take this one. This was just to show people. Who's still writing? Anybody needs more time? I'll pick up a couple of them. आप बीच में ना और निकाल के रख लेना. We'll distribute good many. ये जैसे पूरा खत्म करेंगे. Okay, anybody needs more time or should we start the discussion? Keep it with you, we'll collect the templates back. Should we give or I have a request if we may start with any of the lady CISO leaders in the room. Anybody wants to volunteer? Top cybersecurity challenge. Yes, ma'am. Mike, please, who's... Please to ma'am. An open cybersecurity problem which you think is your biggest botheration. Anybody want to share? Ma'am, speak into the mic, please. Your name, role, organization, and then the problem.
Continuous monitoring.
Okay.
And dynamic security approach.
Noted.
So,
And a little bit about your environment. Is it what kind of business is it?
100% risk mitigation is also another challenge.
And tell us a little bit about your business so we understand.
It's
Say,
a,
is it a financial business
yeah,
or is it
it's a financial business. It's a bank actually.
Okay, so
Financial institution.
Ma'am is talking of a banking environment where continuous monitoring, constant, I would say, search for open threats or open risks. These are, I would say, very, very dynamic areas. Am I rephrasing correctly? Anything else you want to add?
That's all, I guess.
Are the risks purely external or do you see some east-west
So
within employees, data sharing, data going out? Are those open risks as well?
that's also another challenge, yeah.
Understand.
Open threats and new threats arriving.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being the volunteer and round of applause for you. Appreciate. Keep this with you. Our team will collect in the end. Hold the templates currently with you. Anybody volunteers next? Closest to the mic. You can sit and talk. Take the mic, please. Your name,
Yes, sir.
organization, and
I am Yudhishthira Sahu. I am the Group CISO of Apollo Hospitals and Enterprises Limited.
open business problem which security, cyber security
Risk never dies.
can solve.
Risk never dies. Whatever controls you add, risk will be remain. You have to minimize the risk. So, huge challenges are everywhere. Like, you should have the proper or the right risk management architecture first. Then, you should know the intent of the investors. How to know the intent of the investors also, this is a challenge. Okay, you should buy in support of the investors. Buy in support, very difficult. Right?
Noted.
Very, very difficult. So, this is the challenge for every CISOs, not only for me. Right? So, what Madam told, you have to mitigate the risk. Not possible to zero. Okay? Right? Everybody agree?
Thank you. Thank you. Architecture revalidation, because risks are all becoming modern, futuristic, so we can't live with older architectures. Thank you so much. And of course, investment support, stakeholder support, board support. Okay, back on the mic. Sorry. Okay, we'll move a little bit by industry now. Let's start with automotive manufacturing. Couple of volunteers from the industry vertical and industry specific use cases. Yes, please, sir. Ma'am, we'll come to you. Your name, organization, and specific use case you have in mind.
From Deepak Fertilizers. Okay, now you can hear it. Okay. So I am CISO for Deepak Fertilizer, and I am from manufacturing. So when say automotive and manufacturing, say manufacturing, but it's a chemical manufacturing.
Sure.
So our major challenge is now, because we have gone ahead with the majority in the IoT side. So for IoT side, when we say there is a major challenges are to first know the total IoT assets, then know the vulnerability into it, and then treat it. Because treating a security in IT is bit easy than the OT, because OT is directly with your operations. Your shop floors are connected. So if we want to do anything there, so we have to wait for a time, because we need to have a shutdown of the plants and then we can treat it. So before that, assessment, where we are. So what is the level of our risk, where we are and what we need to do. That is the major challenge what we are.
Noted. Are percentage of these IoT infrastructure owned by your third party partners,
Yes.
ecosystem, so you may not have very direct control always on all of it?
Correct.
That's an added
that
challenge.
Our OEMs, our equipment OEMs, for whatsoever action we have to take, we need to take their permission, their consensus. Also in OT, what happens is that all your assets are too old. So patching that asset is also a big part.
Noted. Thank you so much. Congratulations and thank you again for sharing and bringing out that IoT security challenge. Anybody else? This side I see couple of hands. Automotive manufacturing, yes please. The mic is in front of you. Your name, organization, a quick.
Hi.
And try to be unique. Don't repeat IoT and bring out something else.
So hi, my name is Aman. I am from Hyundai Kia Group. So I
A little into the mic, please.
okay,
Yeah.
it's fine. Okay.
Better.
So I am from Hyundai Kia Group, and I take care of connected car technologies for automotive, for Hyundai and Kia both. So main challenge which we feel for that is now data privacy, where we are struggling now because now automotives are moving from legacy systems manufacturing to the more mobility. So data is moving more cloud, more connections, IoT solutions, more diversified solutions are coming. So very difficult to control customer information data, where we are a little bit more curious to get the solutions.
Fantastic. I'll pause here, bring in the SYSDIG team here. So far what we have heard. Any of you want to just chime in a little bit? We heard IoT security, we heard a banking environment security, we heard of the data lens here, where definitely somebody wants to take a data plus view. We'll come to her. We'll in between bring in a little solution point of view as well and do a little blended progress so that Simarpreet, over to you.
Yeah, I think what we are listening from our customers, we actually hear from many more of them. Banking has its own challenges, and more than challenges, it's the compliances that they have to meet, because it's the most regulated market that is there. So other than the security challenges or what they're mentioning, I think ma'am spoke about architecture, how you fit into the overall architecture without causing any disruption. That becomes very critical, sir.
Fantastic. Thanks, and we'll keep bringing the SYSDIG team in. So my request is, as you hear a few vertical specific or use case specific nuances, have some thoughts ready and we'll try to build in. Can we come to ma'am here? She was trying to make a point, ma'am. The mic here for you.
So I was just trying to answer your question when you touched upon the automotive and manufacturing, and
Yes,
I'm
please.
also from manufacturing. We don't have much of containerized applications in our setup, and a lot of things is what Subhash also covered over there. But cost also remains a challenge for us while deploying the cybersecurity solutions. IT/OT network bifurcation also remains a challenge for us. One other thing is the level of autonomy that is sought by our users, because the applications that we have are SCADA-based applications, and a lot of them are old-time applications which do not get supported with the new age cybersecurity solutions, and we have to leave them as is to kind of keep the line moving.
So, lot of legacy on the OT side in
Lot of
manufacturing
legacy on
system,
those
yeah, and
sides.
that remains.
That remains.
And you can't overnight replace it, and
Yeah.
needs to coexist together. So how do you intelligently still secure, monitor, and
Yeah.
sort of keep your risks under control?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So that is something
One
we
quick
can-
gift for ma'am.
Yes.
Azaz, thank you. We'll come back. Let's quickly, again, because of the limited availability of time, we want to touch maximum topics. Bring in the BFSI vertical, Abhijit, EVP, Kotak Mahindra Bank, network, security, any unsolved compelling business problem coming to your mind where from all of us can learn together?
I think I've got quite a lot of them on the list. First thing is coverage. When I say coverage, whatever tools, technologies that we use, what is the coverage that we get? It works good with one, it doesn't work so good with the other. It may not really work with the third one. So how many different technologies can you cover? How many different stacks can you cover? That's point number one. Point number two is the accuracy piece of it. So, because without accurate data, and speed and accuracy, both of it, right? So that's important. Orchestration, I think, is the largest problem. I mean, visibility and orchestration, to my mind, always will be number one, because one is, if you're not able to visualize, obviously you will not know what to do, right? Now, suppose you are able to visualize, when you kind of want to get into an orchestration, which is an auto orchestration, intervened orchestration, whatever, but orchestration, right? So I think couple of this, and then when typically for banks like us, we have another situation to cope with, which is multi-cloud. Now, a set of tools and technologies which works good on cloud one may not work equally or equivalent on cloud two. I think so. We have all this plethora of challenges.
Fantastic.
Since the risks, open threats, etc. have already been mentioned. I think these are a part and parcel of all that already.
So diversity of technologies, speed and agility requirement. Third, you spoke about
Visibility piece of it.
visibility and orchestration. And fourth is one more point.
Multi-cloud
Multi-cloud,
operations, yeah.
what works on cloud A may not work on cloud B. So summarizing this from a banking standpoint. Again, round of applause and a quick gift for token of gratitude. It's not a gift, it's a token of gratitude. It's got a water bottle for those who are a little more athletic, sports enthusiasts. So it will help you do your gym, your running, your exercise better. Okay, BFSI, quickly, show of hands, I see. Yes.
So, Shantanu.
Hi.
So, I think along with that, what Abhijit's spoken about, I think compliance and governance is equally very important aspect of it. Having those guardrails defined into the CI/CD pipelines is very important because the time to market, the way the releases are happening and the way the codes, open source libraries which are getting used by the developer community, I think which is very important that there is a shift left built into the ecosystem. And obviously the time to market is very important, the releases are very important, but equally is the compliance and governance aspects of it. And there are a lot many vulnerabilities and issues, security issues which we identify at the later stage, which really need to be identified early, communicated back and also remediated. So one thing is also on the automated scans and automated remediations. These are coming out also a very important aspects and the requirements.
Fantastic. Thanks again, Kiran, for bringing that out, and round of applause, a quick token of gratitude for you. And Taradat, I want to maybe just again to have that blended approach progress, bring you in here. Yesterday you were mentioning about some India-specific, I would say, platform compliance, I would say, capability integration which SYSDIG is pioneering, and do you want to touch upon a little bit so that compliance regulation comes prefabricated, pre-built in, and that gives a lot of peace of mind assurance to customers who are struggling with some of these initiatives.
Thank you, Santanu. It's a more making sense, as I usually hear this most of the time, auto remediation. I don't know, most of you must be a practitioner from the security side. Is auto remediation really is the reality? I don't know. Is anyone want to raise the hand and say, yes, auto remediation in the cybersecurity really exists? What I said is it exists? It means yes, and how, right? Hilal. And most importantly, when we talk about microservices, it's a different lens you require. When we say zero drift, it means no
Hilal, please.
things.
I think he has a point of view here. Please.
Yeah, so Tara, so the thing is that auto remediation is not obviously like 100% automated, right? It's not 100% basically like implemented, right? So, but it's partially possible. Like for example, you have a system actually which needs to do binary decisions, yes, no, allow, deny, something like that, right? So for example, if you have a malware, you're confident your score is like 90% above on that malware, you can simply quarantine it or delete it, whatever. So there are possibilities of auto remediation, but obviously like there is no such thing as 100% remediation of security incidents.
It's a good point. When we say auto, it means everything detecting, remediating with your own. What you said and what we all do, we identify something, we accept something, right? It isn't, you say, okay, it is fine. When you are saying auto remediation might be, if I can recall back 6 years back, there were few endpoint technologies, they come with a call, auto patching kind of a state, right? If there is a vulnerability, they create a defensive structure, but it's not patching in auto remediation. You are creating a preventive layer until you really fix it. It may help you to create few more guardrails, right?
Yeah. So probably, if I add whatever Hilal said and whatever you said, it looked like a much, I would say it's kind of a hybrid approach where you will get help for agility side. And that is what we require, especially on, if we consider most of the fintech companies, they are first technology companies, and probably, a lot of my friends about talking about a lot of other problems, but we have not touched that, supply chain risk, especially on the SBOM side. So that is what, I think Kiran touched it. Yeah, Kiran touched that point, but the SBOM side is again one of the biggest problem.
I have a point there for auto remediation, right? For example, third-party libraries, which
Yes.
are outdated, right? So remediating automatically will kill us, like the example of CrowdStrike.
Yes.
So we can't do auto remediate most cases, but the challenge what I'm speaking here is auto remediation is needed in the cases where the noise is too much. You don't want your analyst to break their head, how can I solve 1,000 incidents? If there is a routine ticket which you can auto remediate by saying yes, which is not having, you've already validated and put it into a queue, yes, it's possible. As I think you said, there is a dilemma in all these people that how can we say do automation completely?
Yes.
What will that machine will do? So that challenge to adjust.
See,
I think
correctly said.
it's possible to see auto. I mean, with Hilal and everyone, they just said, see, policy-based decisions can be auto-remediated. But if you are wanting to do a patch update or a patch upgrade or a you see, you can turn up a new provisioning. But if you've got to take a corrective action on an incident, you may want an intervention. Depending upon the criticality, depending upon the impact. So, see, what automation can do is possibly let you know that what can be the probable impact. Now, whether you want to auto-remediate it or not depends upon your trust and, the accuracy of that report also.
In this sense, we should stop saying auto remediation, right? We all may conclude this. And the first and most importantly, we are accepting the most important part, which we all trying, as Madam said correctly. It will be always, sir, the most important part, what we all can do, and we should do it. If something which is known bad, either in terms of configurations or vulnerabilities or anything that sort of, let's put all those things with respect to in context in your shift left process. If either from a vulnerability side, either from the packages side, either from the misconfiguration side, so that you are ensuring if something which is known bad, it is not allowed to get into your production setup, so that you will not doing the same thing once it in production, then you are again going in. This will, in my personal experience, as an security practitioner, I can say one thing. The most important part is that if possible, try to create a different posture check for a different app and environment, so that it will be the right way. Let's create a different posture check policies for a different environment with your different risk appetite.
See, hello.
Tara, point over here.
In fact, what happens?
Tara, 2 points.
As we say, there is no.
2 points. Shantanu sir, 2 points here. Two gentlemen are.
In fact, there is no single solution for everyone. As you know, every organization is different.
It is very
the maturity
contextual.
Of every product is in every organization is different. So number one, it depends upon the maturity of the organization, the deployment of the particular tools.
Got it. Yes.
And based on that, again, critically, see, you have to rate all your risk also, high, medium, low, critical. And based on low-hanging fruits, where the risk is less, where the chances are, things are very much mature, you can do automation, low-hanging fruits. But high-hanging fruits, or if there is any possibility of major impact, definitely it has to be in, that is semi-auto, not fully auto.
Thank you. Thanks, Ramalanji. Ambarish, touching upon retail, next, yes, sir. Retail industry. We need a little sort of inputs from you, Sanjeev ji. I'll come to you next for IT, ITS. Security, any specific use case which is a sort of common problem where again, people can learn from how to solve it, that kind of a discussion.
Yeah, so
could be your supply chain, could be your front end, dealer, distribution, transportation. So just take a specific unique one.
Yeah, so one problem, a common problem is the legacy infrastructure. Okay, and access to too many people we don't know. Lack of visibility. Who has access to what, and because we have huge dealership, huge bunch of partner ecosystem, so that probably access is very democratized for many decades. And if you talk about today, somebody want to know who has got access to what level, nobody knows. Okay. And second thing is,
you are living with so many vulnerabilities because the infrastructure is legacy. Applications were developed 30, 40 years back, and now probably we are trying to do something about it. These are the common problems, and supply chain risk remains same. Yeah.
Noted. We have discussed IoT. So thanks again for
Shantanu, sir.
bringing that up. Role-based access. Yeah, Simarpreet, please.
I'm not, you covered all industries. I thought we left telecom.
No, we'll come to IT, ITS, telecom, media. Yeah, a few more to cover as well. Yes.
So, Shant.
Go ahead, please. We'll do, absolutely. We have to come to digital native thereafter, because that's again a very big piece.
So, hi guys, my name is Rakesh Dwivedi. I am from Geo Platforms Limited.
Yes, please.
So, automatic patching is a myth. I think most of us is aware about it. But how we can achieve the things is, if you'll actually analyze every single vulnerability depending on what kind of technology that it is using, right? And who are the technology owners? Like, for example, I'll give you an example how we have actually designed this solution. We are not saying that we are 100% automated,
Speak a little into the
but
mic.
we are very close to what we can achieve right now. Okay, so what we have done is our vulnerability management solution is integrated with the big data analytics platform, right? And on a daily basis, the incremental data is going onto the big data analytics platform, which is actually enriching the data based on their applications and technology and all. So for example, a vulnerability is on OS layer, vulnerability on application layer, database layer, middleware layer. All the technology owners are different, right? So the complete mapping of the technologies on those vulnerabilities as well as application is happening on the big data platform. Then we have designed a platform called Hypersonic platform, which is actually all our application owners and platform owners as well as technology owners have an access, right? So for example, if there are some 10 findings which are there on one server, out of 10 findings, there are 5 findings which are there on OS layer, and there are 2 findings which are there on database layer, and there are 3 findings which are there on middleware layer, right? Pertaining to one application. So what the process will do is, it will send a notification to the application owners that look, there are 10 findings which are open on these layers, right?
Fantastic.
And all the technology owners will get an intimation that OS layer will, technology owners will get an intimation that there are new 5 findings which are open on this particular platform that may require a remediation approach.
Thank you for bringing that out. I appreciate the depth of, I would say, orchestration and sort of interconnected play that you have implemented there. Sanjeev ji, coming to you, IT, ITS quickly. Harris, I'll come back in a minute to you. And thinking as a service provider where you have diverse industry vertical global clients to cater to from different geographies, some very, very GDPR deep, some a different set of regulatory requirements. Again, anything as a common denominator, or you want to maybe highlight a little bit of diverse challenges versus what are some of the common approaches which are working well to support and address?
Sure. So I'm Sanjeev Singh from Birlasoft. As Shantanu, as you rightly brought out, for us, the biggest challenge is one, thousands and thousands of very smart users, coders who know how to bypass all the controls. Two, different clients, lots of different clients, each one having a different set of requirements. And so trying to set up a common base for everyone is not possible. And as security, saying no to anything is not possible. So we really have to be an enabler in the sense, try and match the requirements of security with the requirements of the users. Just a quick example, Gen AI came, a lot of us have discussed, vendors are discussing, it's a reality. First reaction as a security professional was block. But then we realized as an IT company, it is an enabler for us. It's a competitive advantage to be able to use it. We started developing a lot of Gen AI based solutions ourselves. So blocking is not a problem. So what do you do next? When forced to think, then we realize, all right, the risk appetite as my company is different, for our clients is different. Certain clients encourage it, certain clients discourage it. So then based on that, how granular you can build a policy which says, I'm going to allow certain things, not allow certain things. Even when I allow, for us, keeping the source code secure is very. So then how do you say, all right, go ahead and ask your questions to GenAI, but don't paste your source code in there, right? So go
Fantastic,
down to those
fantastic.
kind of
Thank you for
levels.
bringing that granularity of controls and specific to LOBs or diversity of clients. I think this is a very live problem any large organization would live with. Harris,
Yes.
anything you want to add, please?
Excuse me. Hi, everyone. My name is Harris Gofty. I'm from SYSDIG. I'm the head of marketing for APJ. I'm actually based out of Sydney, Australia. And one of the common sort of challenges that I hear from like Australian banks and other industry enterprises is the fact that each teams are working in silos. So we're talking about like dev teams, security teams, as well as ops teams. So I'm really keen to hear from the room here in terms of, you know, if that's a challenge for you guys. And of course, you know, how do you, I guess, look into resolving some of the, you know, trying to bring the teams together?
Comments, reactions?
So the question is, okay, you've got it? Okay.
I think there's a little distraction with tea coffee distribution, so pardon us for that.
Hi, this is Madan from R1 RCM. So the question basically on how do we coordinate with different departments and teams in case of any incident.
Slightly louder, please.
So in my organization, we have a complete incident management program where we have teams members from different verticals. So in case of any incident, we call that group.
Tell us your industry.
Healthcare.
Healthcare.
So we call everybody from different team members who join that call and start the investigation process from there. So that's how we integrate and coordinate with different teams and play their part in the incident management. So not even coordination within the teams. Now, basically, let me talk about the healthcare. In nowadays, cloud is there, microservices or APIs, and everything is there.
Absolutely.
So the attack surface has increased tremendously for us. And not only we are connecting with our vendors, we are connecting with the customers. So like hundreds of customers are connecting with us. Even some attack is coming to our customer, also impacting us. So you have to take care of that part as well. So that's the major area and the major concern area coming up.
I would presume, what's the name of your organization? It's more of a hospital service provider, healthcare?
Yeah, it's a hospital service provider, US healthcare company, R1 RCM.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for bringing that out. Maybe we will not be able to solve all the problems right now, but at least thanks for bringing it out. We are deliberating together. Just document it, ensure it's captured in the template. So SysDIG team eventually will definitely try to do a double click and reach back. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I would like to add
Ma'am,
some
your
more.
name, organization, and then the point.
I'm Saloni. I work with Voice, which is a shared service center for Vodafone Group, and we are into IT and ITS. So what he mentioned, we have an incident response playbook, and we know the roles and responsibility of all the functions. So if any incident happens, people knows what is their role, who to contact, who will coordinate with the internal team, who will coordinate with the outsiders, to the clients, to the partners. So this is how we have a team which is there. And we do a lot of mock exercises so that if something happens, we are well prepared that what to do.
Thank you. Thanks again for supporting that little solutioning perspective and how you're tackling these kind of sort of complex incident management response process. Thank you. Thanks, ma'am, again. Round of applause for you. I see one hand going up here.
Hi, my name is Balwant Singh from DS Group. So DS Group has multiple business verticals like hospitality, confectionery, spices. So like we have multiple brands, so multiple web apps and mobile apps we have. The challenge was like, doing the vulnerability at a set of frequency, since the apps are dynamic apps, keep changing. So vulnerability frequency is like, quarterly or half yearly or. So what we did the continuous vulnerability assessment, which works 24/7. whenever the website gets changed or modified, then if vulnerability is associated with that particular website, the vulnerability is being reported and we share it with the stakeholders and the external or internal stakeholders. This is how the continuous vulnerability management helps you to, monitor, have the visibility of the vulnerabilities across the applications.
Thanks. Insurance, any quick point of view you want to add, something unique?
So, myself Vivek Sankar, I'm from BFSI sector. Okay. So, the challenge what we face is patching of legacy system. Because I'm from insurance sector and most of the applications are integrated to each other. So, whenever we have to perform a patching, we have to do a thorough investigation of all the integrated applications, which takes months and months. So, keeping all instances, even the container security or any serverless architecture also is a very tough task.
Understand. Thank you. Thanks for bringing that out.
Hello.
Quickly coming to media. Tejveer, thanks. We want to tap into you. Anything in context of your line of business, digital media, print media, any open, unsolved cyber security, governance, your deep specialization is governance. Whatever you feel you want to touch upon as a open problem where from we can learn, cross-learn, and if you have solved it in some way, quick golden nuggets.
So fundamentally, I guess everyone has touched upon most of it. Again, for the interest of everybody, we are a 186-year-old organization, and the only thing that we do is create a lot of content on a daily basis. Now, in creating that content, we have to ensure that the access to the editorial team is open across the organization. So it's an open network. So that's the biggest challenge that we have, and we have to grapple with that every day, day in, day out. And with the advent of AI, I guess it's open another Pandora's box. That yes, the editorial team would want to have access to all these technologies, all these platforms, and with that, it also opens lot many doors and makes our system more vulnerable. So I think that is the biggest challenge or the concern that we have today, and we are grappling with.
Fantastic. So keeping the controls on at the same time, collaboration cannot stop. And
you cannot. See, you can't afford to not allow them. Otherwise, how will the content get created?
Yeah. That's essential ingredient for business success. Thank you. Thanks for bringing that nuance out. I remember, I haven't forgotten Imami and the gentleman next to you. Anything you want to add, specific, unique points?
Yeah, myself Shudipto from Imami. Because we are in the manufacturing industry, so I found that the supply chain as well as third-party management become one of the greatest problems, because we work with a lot of the third party and getting their inputs and securing them. I saw so many problems coming from the third parties, and we assist them and we also help them to mitigate that. So that's a bridge and collaboration we are doing with the third party, so that we can able to build a same culture and same security for across the industry. That is what I would like to bring here itself.
How easy that you see them accepting and
It's critical.
Synergizing?
It's definitely critical. So because we don't directly contact with the technical team, so that's the biggest problem. Then we bridge with our partners or maybe the counterpart to their counterpart. Then our security or our core technical team connect with their core technical teams and then tell us, okay, this is the problem, and then you need to fix it. So this way we are maybe able to fix 50 to 60 problem for all the third parties.
Noted. You want to add anything quickly over and above what we have spoken so far?
I am from BFSI sector and also from a PSU. I am from Power Finance Corporation, and the unique challenge which I face is more of technical and procedural also, because we are governed by RBI, so we have a very heavy compliance requirements, and it's the requirement comes in a with a very short span of time, and in that time, if we want to comply, then we need to procure ultimately. Ultimately, the solution needs to be procured, whether it's a service or a good. Now, with the government procedures, it's like we have to follow the 3 OEMs or the 3 technology procedures. Now, in security, the practical thing is that you want to have the best. So having the best and following the government guidelines of procuring,
There is a balancing act.
Giving participation to 3 technology is a very, very challenging task, which I as a technical person faces. Secondly is the Make in India requirement. In security, I am not sure how many of qualifies for that Make in India requirement. So these 2 challenges are really, bottleneck to go ahead in the cybersecurity augmentation.
Thank you. Brilliant, and thanks for bringing these unique requirements out. Quickly, couple of more industries. Pharma.
Santul, so I will just add upon the point what Sudapraj says from the third party.
Sure.
So now, like, even if you see the third party, like, we have to collaborate. Now, on-prem, very less we are going with the on-prem, not we, but most of us. So if you say we are looking out for a SaaS product. So if you see now the CrowdStrike issue, okay, it's just a kind of like a one simple sensor which has make a lot of impact, not only for the specific organization, but there are like multiple industries and across countries as well, or across the world. So that is the one risk I'm identifying along with the one simple agent or a sensor, since most of our applications is the SaaS-based product. So not sure how the architecture review is happening and what impact it can be.
Got it. SYSDIG has a lot to share on the architecture and I would say modernizing architecture front. Thanks again for bringing this out. Much appreciated. Priyanshu, Tanin, pharma being a very regulated industry, any unique points of view on open security, unsolved problems? Couple of quick points and we'll close with a little point of view on digital native industry as well. Munir, maybe if you want to share something, be prepared. We'll come to you because you sit up north. But we definitely want to hear any location specific, geography specific or whatever, infrastructure specific, security situations. Yeah, Priyanshu.
So a lot of manufacturing pharma companies have grown through mergers and acquisitions, right? So when you are acquiring a company, it's a black box that you acquire and there is not enough time available to understand. So first is the attack surface management, internal as well as external. And anyone who can give that kind of a visibility on day one at a click of a button, and I think this is something I wanted to highlight, that if I become a CEO of a company or a board member, I'm just going to pull out an attack surface management report and just figure out, what is right and what is not right, because that gives you exactly how the company has been working, how the function has been operating, has the function been empowered enough or not. So that's one. Second thing, once you have these things available, it also tells you about the kind of applications, the kind of legacy, all of it gets stitched into a story, So attack surface management, internal as an external, any solution which can just, you just switch on the solution, it throws the report. I think that's what really matters.
Thanks. Tanin, anything you want to add or anything we haven't covered so far? Quickly, Munir, any quick point of view from our banking and the mic to Munir, please.
So hi, good afternoon. My name is Munir. I work for J&K Bank. So most of the things have been well articulated and well clearly defined by other bankers and other people who are associated with BFSI. But I would touch upon one important aspect, which is actually an issue with most of the public sector banks in India in general, and that is with respect to supply chain issues, supply chain attacks, which we usually talk about. I'm sure most of you must have heard about an incident which happened with one of the data centers across India, bringing down 200 banks at a stretch for 7 days. Nobody was able to do the UPI, nobody was able to do the IMPS, nobody was able to actually serve the customers for more than 1 week. That is one supply chain attack happening on one of the data centers across India, bringing down the majority of the banks in India. 200 plus banks were down. So that is a kind of supply chain attack we are living in. So when we are talking about an individual bank, I may be individually very brilliant, I may have all the technological as well as process-based controls in place, regulated by RBI, getting all 5 out of 5 marks. But can it work as a silo? No. This organization is totally interdependent on each other.
Today, you have justified well beyond excellence this whole concept of Idea Cafe.
Absolutely.
In a small, limited way, I think this is the whole purpose of pricking all our collective brains together.
Absolutely.
Now, how do we amplify this into a programmatic approach, maybe between peer banks, somewhere RBI overall comes and sort of sponsors this,
that is
governs
very
this.
important and essential.
That
And
is
what
where
is
we
important
need to
and
elevate.
essential, Shantanu, is that we as a bank have been very intrinsic to our own ecosystem, but we have to ensure and understand that we have the responsibility towards the external partners and interfaces as well.
Correct.
Probably the ecosystem which we live in, for example, I am onboarding a fintech partner,
Yes.
assuming that he has all right set of technologies, it's an obligation on me to handhold that fintech partner to match my expectations, to match the regulatory obligations. And this is the point which I am making. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you
Just
so much.
one quick, here, sir, on your left, basically. Sorry, on your right, sir, Krishnendu here.
Yes.
So finally, so I'm from the e-commerce and retail organization, basically, and I have heard all my fellow CISOs. Just very important thing is today when I was at SYSDIG, booth, I did understand that categorization of those alerts is a big problem. Anything which is, a high critical alert might not be a high critical alert because it might not be exploitable. Probably the something which is at 4, which could be exploitable as well. So that's one major issue that I think we all will face. One most important challenge that I think we will not be able to solve is basically like, choosing your partners. This will always remain a challenge because I feel that today if somebody is you might ask for biryani and somebody would say that we will provide you tikka biryani, and somebody would say that we'll be providing special tikka biryani. What one you have to choose will always remain a challenge, and who's going to be the final one to solve your problems, it will always keep you puzzled. So that's one thing which I wanted to touch base on.
There are niche specializations for sure. Sorry, quickly, paucity of time. Hilal, we want to close with you. Digital native business. Anything unique, specific you want to bring out as a special consideration which DNs need to have or do have as compared to traditional businesses? You want to come over and share the stage, address, and Simarpreet, we want you after Hilal to just come. We'll sum it up together.
Yeah, I think, thank you so much, by the way. So there was a very interesting discussion and great ideas coming forward. And to sum it up, I think it's important to understand that cloud security is difficult and manage it gets even more difficult. So in terms of basically we are, for example, digital native. So for us, we are no different than basically having a hybrid or an on-premise deployments because most of the configuration weaknesses that exist on-premise exist on our systems as well. So in order for us to basically make sure that, okay, we have robust security around containers and basically make sure that we have robust security in cloud, it has to basically start with the inception at the design stage. So you need to ensure that, okay, all the containerization that you do, runtime services that you read, cloud security that you do, it has to be secure by design. So if, for example, let me take the straightforward case of containers, right? So these are ephemeral and they're temporary and their life is not really like that long. So containers do not actually live for long. So if you want to basically do security, after basically they're deployed, it's going to be extremely difficult. I heard almost everyone talk about visibility, continuous assessment, continuous monitoring. That's only going to help you in basically combating the incidents or responding to incidents. That's not going to basically prevent incidents from happening. So if you want to make sure that incidents do not happen in your infrastructure, in your organization, it's extremely important that security is by design. So when you are thinking about them, make sure that you actually employ the best practices like hard system hardening, you employ basically kernel hardening. There are so many best practices that we actually need to basically keep in mind when we are actually designing the runtime infrastructure or container infrastructure. So my point of recommendation is to basically think of basically containers something a building house. So the solid the foundation, the long it will last. And partners like SYSDIG, partners, they have open source tools like Falco and things like that, which are extremely useful in actually making sure that the containers are actually secure. So yeah, with that, I will thank you so much. Shantanu is really lovely talking.
Thank you. Thanks, Hilal. Much appreciate. Simarpreet, a quick sum up from the SYSDIG team. We heard quite a few through documentation. We'll have even more. So quick point of view summary overall from SYSDIG.
Thank you, Shantanu. A quick show of hands. As a kid, who all has learned to ride a bicycle? Everybody, learn to ride a bicycle. So how we started, it was 2 side wheels, yeah. Then we moved them a little behind. Then we completely moved them, right? And I think that's how things should move in our organizations also. Any OEM can give you the best tool in the world, but are we ready for that? Let's take an approach where we start small and mature our overall organization and the practices so that one day we can ride our organization without any support. Thank you. This was really enriching for me, and surely would love to hear more from you guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Much appreciate. So, Shikha, I think a big round of applause for the audience. Sorry, some of you would have still wanted to share more points of view. We will keep listening, exchanging to those ideas during the breakout sessions, during evening. So we are all here one more night and evening. So let's continue the conversation, exchange of ideas, but we have to sort of keep moving with the main agenda as well. So thanks, and our team will collect back these forms from you as we speak and wrap this up. Couple of quick sort of, I would say, recognitions, gratitude, tokens of appreciation. I think Shikha has arranged for a couple of gold coins to be given away basis the response, the idea sharing, the power of ideas. May I request StrategINK Managing Director, Founder Vinod Singh to come on stage, grace the occasion and hand over a couple of names Shikha will announce, and we'll hand over a gold coin to each of the winners.
I just
Vinod,
confirmed from him who would be the bearers of the 2 gold coins. I will announce the names. I just discussed it with Shantanu. But everybody else, all props to Vinod. Please welcome him with a good round of applause. Can we hear it for Vinod, everybody? Okay. First things first. And like I discussed with you, the names, may I go ahead and announce. They will get the gold coins. Can we see the gold coins as well? To see is to believe, they said. All right, so the first one, first up, as Aristotle once said, that the whole is always greater than the sum of its parts. So thank you for great synergies, and thank you for this supportive and very informative discussion. Give it up for yourself, everybody. Thank you. It goes to all of you, but we've handpicked 2 of them based on his suggestion. Can we first have from Razor Pay? Any guesses? Who's won this one? All right, as he says, please welcome Hilal Lore okay, below the stage, in the front of the stage with a great round of applause. Please, everybody. Vinod, we'll request you to please, along with Simarpreet, to do the honors, please. What a great vibe. We can't wait to look forward to the evening and all that is lying in store. Hearty congratulations to you, Hilal. And the last and the final, I wish. The last gold coin of the day and of ESCON 2024, unless some of our partners or anybody else becomes more gracious. Abhijit Chakrabarti from Kotak Mahindra Bank, congratulations and celebrations. Wow, we are ringing in Ganesh Chaturthi early, we are ringing in Diwali early for sure at ESCON 2024. Thank you for a great answer, great participation, I must say. The unique perspectives at the Ideas Cafe, that's brought to you by SYSDIG in the complex world of cybersecurity, I'm sure helps, and here's to a safer and secure digital world. Thank you to the 2 of you.